start this off, shall we? Um, yeah, I'm coming in like this. I'm coming in like this. Uh, what's going down? My YTG, it's your boy KJ3. I haven't posted in a week. I haven't posted any football, any basketball stuff lately. I had some family over, so I kind of just stayed away from YouTube since then. Basically, for this whole week, we're gonna go into NBA 2019-2020 free agency. This is craziness. Yesterday was crazy. Even before 6 p.m. yesterday, it was already crazy. You know what I mean? And now we're just going to do a recap, see what has happened today, and see where, I'm standing just as a Celtics fan. You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm not happy about losing Kyrie. And I know there are a lot of Celtics fans that don't like Kyrie, didn't want him here, yada, yada. And people don't seem to realize that not last season, but his first debut season as a Celtic, we did really well. And I think people are blaming Kyrie without realizing that it's Gordon Hayward that's to blame. Now, I'm not saying Gordon Hayward is a bad player or he effed up the team or something like that, but his implementation back into the team is what caused the Celtics to start unraveling just as a unit. Because remember, from 2017-2018 season, the first 5 minutes of the first game, the Celtics were forced to make changes in the rotations to that team, which gave the young guys time to blossom. And then you saw what they did in the playoffs. Although that people start to underestimate or just don't understand that their run in the playoffs wasn't all that impressive. They got to game 7, yes, but they won one road game. If they had Kyrie, they would have been in the finals and definitely would have won more road games. But that's just my take on the Celtics right now. So we're going to go ahead and get into the teams, the unrestricted free agent moves. You all probably know the big ones by now. And I'm just going to talk about how I think these changes shape the NBA. Now, we're not going to talk about the Hawks. Let's talk about the Celtics for a little bit. This has the draft picks. I'm on NBA.com. Player moves just for the Eastern Conference. The Celtics, our draft picks: Romeo Langford, Grant Williams, Ty Jerome, Carson Edwards, Tremont Waters. Who we lost. Doesn't really say that we lost anyone, although we definitely know we did. Al Horford's gone to the Sixers. That hurt me. That just... But I understand why he did it, but it's like, how did we, as an organization, I'm looking at it like, how did we not take care of Al Horford? If we knew we were going to lose Kyrie, how did we not take care of Al Horford? He didn't opt into his player option either, which is kind of weird. And I think he was just looking for more money. He's starting to go toward the end of his career. He's going to choose a spot that gives him security, some guaranteed money, and just a bigger contract, especially since he's aging. Although he's still a relatively great player for someone who's like about to reach 34, 35 or something like that. Marcus Morris is still an unrestricted free agent. We haven't heard much about him, but he is an unrestricted free agent. We know Terry Rozier has gone to the Charlotte Hornets, 3 years, 58 mil. That's not a bad contract for a bench player. Anyway, got rid of Brad Wanamaker, Kyrie Irving to the Nets. Then we have our Ojale, Tatum, Hayward, Smart, Brown. The Celtics still have a squad, but I don't know how good this squad is going to be because the Sixers just got stronger. They also picked up Josh Richardson. The Bucks just got stronger as well. The Bucks just signed Wesley Matthews. That's like a really good pickup for losing Malcolm Brogdon, 3-and-D type player, really good defensive player. That's huge. That's a really big pickup, especially they lost Mirotic. George Hill re-signed, and then they picked up Wes Matthews, and that's really, really good pickup. Let's look at the Brooklyn Nets now. We all know D'Angelo Russell to the Warriors. I don't even see the sense behind why the Warriors would want to pick up Russell. It's not like he's like a Klay Thompson type player, right? He's a point guard. Unless they want to move Steph to the 2, but then, they'd have to switch the matchups defensively anyway. So maybe that might work. Actually, now thinking about it, if they don't have Steph running the 1, they could put D'Angelo Russell at the 1. and put Steph at the 2 and just have him be a very good shooting guard, run him off screens and stuff like that. And the Nets also got DeAndre Jordan, Kevin Durant, of course, Kyrie Irving. And this is the interesting thing. They got rid of Ed Davis, who was unrestricted. They still have Spencer Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, Shabazz Napier, Joe Harris, and Jarrett Allen. Some of these role players were really good. And the Nets were a pretty good team last season as well. And they just added KD, Kyrie, and DeAndre Jordan. Now, granted, Kevin Durant's probably most likely not going to be playing next season unless they get deep in the playoffs and somehow he can make a comeback then. They did lose Damari Carroll, but they still have Jared Dudley, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. So they have good role players around what are going to be superstars being implemented in the team. The Nets should be okay. Honestly, the Nets should be okay. Charlotte Hornets, we'll go past them. We don't care about them. The Bulls, I don't think anyone's paying too much attention to the Bulls, neither the Cavs. The Pistons did sign Derrick Rose, I think 2 years, $15 million, good for D Rose. This thing isn't really updated, but I'm just going off of what I know. Yeah, the Pacers lost Wes Matthews, but they added Malcolm Brogdon on a low contract. The Heat got rid of Hassan Whiteside, traded for, who did he get traded for? Myers Leonard and Mo Harkless of the Portland Trailblazers. That's ballsy by the Trailblazers, especially I think Myers Leonard has the potential to be one of the best players on that team. So I think it's kind of ballsy that they said, okay, we're going to get rid of Myers Leonard. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like for Whiteside, well, they were pretty good role players, Harkless and Myers Leonard, and now they just gave him up. Gave him up. It was like hit, take. Like what is gonna happen with this team? They should be okay though. They should be okay. You know what I'm saying? They should be okay. All right, here we are. Bucks. Brook Lopez re-signing with his twin brother. George Hill returning. The New York. Oh shit. Oh, poor Knicks fans. Oh, every time I think of the New York Knicks, I think of the rant that Stephen A put out last night. Oh. Yo, anyone see OSN's reaction to the Knicks? And he said, all y'all got is RJ. Oh, shit. Okay. So the Knicks did sign Julius Randle. I think that's a big loss for the Pelicans. I'm not even gonna front. I think that's a big loss for the Pelicans. Like I think they could have done work with Julius Randle there. Julius Randle to the Knicks, Bobby Portis to the Knicks, Taj Gibson to the Knicks, Reggie Bullock to the Knicks. They have RJ Barrett, and who else was going there? There was another guard. I forget who it was. This is what I'm pissed off about: Orlando Magic and Nikola Vucevic agreeing to the max deal. I get the players want to stay where their security is, because a lot of people don't understand that the reason some of these players take a lot of money to stay with the same team is because it gives them security. It gives them that guaranteed money. So Vucevic, I wanted Vucevic on the Celtics. I really wanted him on the Celtics, but I guess we're getting Enes Kanter, so I can't really front. They're both great players. Would have loved to have them both, but I'll suffice with Enes Kanter. Re-signing T. Ross, 76ers, Horford going to the 76ers, and then they did retain Tobias Harris. That's pretty huge since Jimmy Butler's gone. Tobias Harris since Jimmy Butler's gone. Toronto Raptors, no transactions reported just yet. That leads me to where I think Kawhi's gonna go. Now, there's been crazy talk, a lot of crazy talk about the Lakers. Kawhi is the Lakers to lose. That's craziness. Because think about the balance in the NBA right now. The Bucks are most likely going to the finals next season. Who's competing with the Bucks in the East? The Nets aren't healthy yet. When KD comes back, I'll be like, okay, it's probably going to be Nets versus Bucks Eastern Conference Finals. KD's not healthy yet, so Kyrie about to play a whole year by himself with DeAndre Jordan. They could probably do something. Maybe Eastern Conference Finals. I'll leave it at that. Maybe Eastern Conference Finals. But next season, who's competing with the Bucks? They just got Wesley Matthews. They re-signed George Hill. Everyone's basically still intact with the Bucks, except for Mirotic. So they're most likely going to the finals next season. If Kawhi leaves the East, the Bucks have a clear shot of the finals. If Kawhi stays with the Raptors, I'll still pick the Raptors over the Bucks if Giannis doesn't develop at least a mid-range jumper. At least. It has to be above the midi has to be above 40%. And the three-pointer has to be above, let's say, I'll give him 36, 37% from the field. It has to be. If not, I'll pick the Raptors. But the balance of power, everyone's like, oh, KD left, now the balance of power has been restored. Yeah, but he's out for a year. So the balance of power is really in Kawhi Leonard's hands. It's in the finals MVP's hands. And if he goes to the West, I promise you, if he goes to the Lakers, they're winning the chip next season. I don't care. I don't care if they have no bench. Listen to me clear. If Kawhi goes to the Lakers, they could have one player on the bench. They're winning the finals, okay? Kawhi, man. And then Pat Bev re-signs with the Clips. And if Kawhi goes to the Clippers, that could raise some competition, because it's weird being the superstar. It's weird being the superstar that dictates what's about to happen in the NBA. You know what I mean? Because Kawhi is in a position, if he goes to the Lakers are going to be OP, of course. But if he doesn't go with the Lakers, they're still going to be good, but they're not going to be as good as if they had him, Kawhi. So if he goes to the Clippers, the West is still going to be tough, don't get me wrong. But if he goes to the Clippers, I really do think that they could go to the finals anyway. The Nuggets would be the best team, probably best equipped team to stop them. You still got the Rockets. I think they still have CP3 and Harden. Clint Capella was looking to get out of there. There was some talk with Clint Capella and the Celtics. I don't even know if that's still going on now. Jamal Murray, as you see here, just got signed to a max extension with the Nuggets. Porzingis re-signing with the Mavericks. We probably will get to see him play this season. Warriors add D'Angelo Russell if they somehow get that to work. And then they re-signed Klay Thompson, who's going to be out for the year as well. Kawhi has all the power. Kawhi is about to shape the NBA. It's all on Kawhi. And it's crazy because the reports are saying that he's basically from not considering the Lakers to considering the Clippers over the Lakers to now considering the Lakers with LeBron. I don't know, man. Okay, so let's get into these Western Conference teams. I'm skipping down to New Orleans Pelicans. They trade for Favors, reportedly. Redick is heading to the 76ers. Oh, yeah, the Sixers did lose some shooting. But they got Josh Richardson, so they should be all right. They can just pick up a few role player shooters. Muscala is joining the Thunder. Noel, he re-signed with OKC after being asked for a little bit more time. Ricky Rubio gets paid on the Suns. I don't even know how. Lillard got that bag. Rodney Hood. Oh, yeah, the Blazers might be all right. And Mario Hezonja's going there. The Blazers might be all right. So let's see who we got in the West. We got the Rockets, the Blazers, the Lakers, the Nuggets. Who else? Thunder. I got to keep the Thunder in there. Russ and PG. They still have relatively the same team. Clippers. Why not throw the Clippers in? 6 teams right there. Warriors. Let's put the Warriors. I'm not seeding them, but let's put the Warriors 7th. I think the Mavericks are gonna have a pretty good season. I'm not even gonna front. I think the Mavericks are gonna have a good season. And the Utah Jazz. Utah definitely has a pretty good squad. Spurs. I don't know if the Spurs make the playoffs this season. I'll be honest with you. I liked what I saw from the young players last playoffs against the Nuggets. I liked what I saw, but I don't know if they're gonna go far. So we got about 8 competing teams in the West. 8 competing teams in the West. I'm not counting the Kings. 8 competing teams in the West, and then the East is kind of like open right now. So again, I think the balance of power is in Kawhi's hands. I'll do a video for whatever team he signs with, man. If he goes to the Lakers, like I said, they could pick up scrubs. They could promote G League players. G League players, and they'll win the finals. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's my little free agency report. That's what I think's about to go down. Craziness going on right now, but we still have like a lot more time till July 6th. So till then, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Peace.